Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. This is God Loves Couture. I've been wanting to do like a makeup tutorial for a long time. I just washed my face and I'm ready to head out and I need to do my makeup. Now this is my clean girl skincare routine. You know, your skin is not flawless. I have blemishes, but for the most part, it's clear, right? And so I'm one of those ladies, I like makeup that looks skin-like, and I get compliments from both genders, from men and women when I'm out and about. And so I decided, let me go ahead and do this for the brown sugar babes, the brown sisters who, if you wear NC50, which is my shade, I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna use Maybelline Lumi matte in 355. I'm Marquise in NARS, the Radiant Longwear, Marquise in Sheer Glow. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do, but let me mist my face as soon as I can find my mist. That's so sad, guys. You guys, I am not accustomed to doing like videos. You know how you just have your routine and you do what you do, and so when you put it on camera, I want it to look a certain way, and I'm giving y'all the raw footage. This is me moisturizing my face. I normally do not use I don't use a primer during the week for the office. I just really want my skin to be hydrated underneath before I go in with my makeup. Now for you guys, I will do that. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. That's what I'm gonna use. Again, I don't use primers unless it's a special occasion. I guess YouTube is a special occasion, right? So I'm just basically showing you guys. I'm gonna use a dollop, not a lot. Again, I like to look moisturized underneath that makeup. And to me, if your skin is glowy underneath, you should not need to cake it on. I think where we mess up in makeup is when you cake it on and it doesn't look natural. Now, I'm all for coverage. If you don't get the coverage in the first time go around, I believe using less more, and then you go in and do another round, but you have to really work the makeup and your brush. So I'm using 355 Maybelline Lumi, okay? This is my first, and I love it. They changed the formula. This is the Maybelline Super Stay that I loved. You guys, I would go on to Amazon. When it got discontinued, I would find my shade, which is what I do when I really love something. I'm gonna find ways to get the leftover of that product before I have to change over. When I love a product, I stay with them. Go to my skincare if you like. Go to the skincare video if you want to see my maintenance on my skincare. Again, I'm very minimalistic. I try to be. I'm all for makeup, but I also want pretty skin underneath it. I think the more pretty your skin is, the less makeup you should have to use, but I understand we like to glam up. I don't have an issue with that. I'm just going in. I cover my eyelids. I cover everything, y'all. I have another BB cream that you guys would love. For summertime, you're gonna get compliments every time you go out because your skin is gonna look glowy. This is what I like to do. You see, I'm gonna use the camera. This is what I like to do. I like to go in, I'm gonna stipple and keep working that makeup in everywhere I see skin. Sorry about the chair. My chair is squeaking. And I'm trying to work fast for you guys. I'm very simplistic. I am in certain things. I like name brands and all that kind of stuff, but I am a drugstore makeup kind of gal. Only because if you're out of town and you need to get something last minute, or you at a different place, when it's drugstore, you can pretty much find it. When it's department store, it's iffy. And so that's my mindset. I think you should have a luxury brand. Cause I can tell sometimes the difference between luxury, the makeup, and basically what I care about is how it treats my skin afterwards. Like that next morning I get up, I can tell if that makeup was drying. You know, it's matte makeup usually is drying. This is why I like Superstay, because my skin to me would like it, whatever that formula was, it loved it. Okay. So basically, guys, I'm just going in and that's pretty much it. That's my summer girl look. Very minimalistic. You see how many times I'm going in there? I had this tape before and lost all my footage, so now I'm gonna have to do it again. And that's pretty much it. Okay, now I'm going to use medium deep 30 in Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. It's my favorite. I've tried some other name brands and I keep going back to it. It's an oldie but goodie, but it fits me when it comes to what I'm looking for, a glowy look. And what I like to do is I'm using just a little bit of powder underneath my eyes. No concealer was used. I don't use concealer except for on special occasion. Again, I'm very minimalistic during the week because I don't have a lot of time. I'm not one of those morning people who, I should be a morning person for how much I want to do with my makeup, but usually I have some makeup in my purse, and if I don't catch it on the way out, I have to do it in the ladies' restroom. Okay, and you see? And all I'm doing now is going in, and even when I'm finished, say by the time you get into the car and you do all of your steps and you fix, I'll go in one more time, but it'll be with my MAC powder, my MAC foundation, to go under the eyes, just to get anything that's somewhat shining. Okay, y'all, that is the process. You got your foundation. I had my setting powder. And now, let me turn this up. I feel like it's not bright enough. I'm gonna go in. And that's pretty much it with the setting powder. It's warm and I'm under this light. And all I'm doing is going around my nose. The areas that I feel like it's going to be oily, this is pretty much it. I'm gonna turn that up a bit because I don't know why I feel like that's dark. You guys feel like that's dark? Okay, now I'm going to go in with my blush. I'm gonna use Pat McGrath Lovestruck. Love Pat McGrath's blushes. You guys have to tell me if you've tried anything else. Now I'm out of step right now because usually my brows is what take the longest. I take pride in my brows because that shapes your face. I'm trying to go fast for you guys so it's not super, super long. I go into the hairline, I go around, and that's pretty much it. And then, okay, so blush is done. I'm going out of steps. Now I'm showing you I have not done my brows yet, but I'm gonna go in, I'm out of step. Usually the brows is what I like to take my time in. I'm going to do my dusting of my glow powder because it's the summer. You can look shimmery. Over the forehead. And some of y'all say, sister, do you want to go in the forehead? Yes, I do. Okay, so that's your glow. That's on top of your blush. Yeah, on top of your blush. I'm going to go in one more time because I see like, now this is my MAC. And I'm going in just to set everything. And this is my foundation. I think the new foundation of MAC, I am NC 47, whereas the old, I was NC 50 forever, guys. Is that light enough? Bright? Okay, brows is last. And again, I usually like to go over my brows with some kind of, any powder you have is fine. And it's just trying to give some kind of grip when you start drawing. I'm gonna lightly comb them. You guys, I like the more fluffy eyebrows. I think it's more youthful looking. So if you have thick brows, I'm like, keep them, just groom them. Cut the top, groom the bottom, wax or shave around. I have one lazy brow and then I have one brow that's like right on the bone. And I kind of have to work at balancing them out. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty much done. And I'm going to get in that, draw the tails. You guys, I like a brow that's a shade lighter than your hair, only because I think it gives a softer look. You can do whatever you like, but this is just my routine, what I like, what I normally grab for. If the brow is too dark, it'll give a harsh look. So yeah, I mean, pretty much it's a done deal. I am just now, I'm very particular about the brows, so I do like them filled in, but I like them more wider than anything. I hear my dog snoring in the background. Okay. I'm going to turn this down because I feel like I'm going to keep it just like that. Okay. Combing those brows again. I love it, you guys, when I see people with the, I think they're called tattoo brows. They're called tinted brows. They're so pretty, but I don't like doing anything permanent when it comes to your brow because your face changes. So my thought process is anything that's somewhat permanent. I don't know if tint is permanent. It may not be permanent. It may be temporary, I think. Anything that's permanent on your brows, your face is going to change. So I don't want to do anything permanent like that because as your face changes, the good thing about being able to pencil them in is you can take it day by day. Okay, the brow pencil I was using, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you guys, is the NYX Espresso. NYX I like, and then I have another one by L'Oreal Definer. I like them both, and I can't decide, like one is more drier. And I tend to like the one that's drier because I feel like it gives a more, it's easier to draw with, and it gives a more realistic look, if that makes any sense. At least that's what I think. I know she said, you guys say realistic. You're showing us this makeup. Since when is makeup realistic? Well, it's supposed to be. Okay. So this little part in my brows, that's the part that I feel like gives me trouble. I'm going to leave it alone. How's that look? Okay. See guys, so see, this is why I don't like to deal with the concealer in the morning time. Now, if you have it down pat, cool, but I don't know. I see concealer and all of that is like, you need to have time and you got to make sure of what it looks like in the daytime. And if you don't do it right, you will be looking crazy. So I don't like doing that kind of stuff. Same thing with lashes. I know how to put on lashes, but I don't like doing them not when it's time to go to work. I'd rather put mascara on. I feel like sometimes just using mascara will give me an eye-open look opposed to doing the full glam. I have natural lashes, but again, if you don't do it right and you don't have, I'm not a pro yet like that. And if you don't have the time, you could be walking out looking crazy. So I'd rather just save it for when I do have time. Let's brush up the baby hairs. Okay. Okay, so we got the blush. We are pretty much done. Like at this point, all I'm doing now is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna highlight the corners of my eyes again. I'm using NC50 Studio Fix, the powder. But this is the old formula. The new formula, I'm NC47. I'm going back over my eyes because I want to have something to grip on too. And I'm about finished with this process. And so now all I'm doing is just setting right now. I'm setting my work. Okay. I'm gonna go in with my Physicians formula. Let me brighten that up. I'm gonna go in with the Physicians formula in the corners of my eyes. It's summertime, so it gives an eye-opening look when you do this. Some people like to run it along the inner corners, lower inner corners. It's just a look, you guys. Just, again, I'm one of the ladies who I'm minimalistic, but this is for the people. I don't wear shadow a lot, not for day to day, not because I don't like it. I don't have the time to do it right. And I have not perfected the shadow look. I know I get the process. I've watched people do it, but that's not my jam, so I stay away from it. If I don't have it down pat, I probably won't do that because I don't want to be walking around looking like I have blue shadow on. That's what I don't want. I don't understand how to pick the colors. I know what I like in the magazine. So normally when I do looks, you guys see different looks of what I'm wearing on YouTube. It's because I've seen it in a magazine and I execute it that way, but not because I understand the colors, if that makes sense. Everything else, the blush, not eyeshadow. In my routine, I hope that you guys get that minimalistic makeup. Clean girl makeup is pretty much picking the parts that you need and don't need. So if you have great skin, you don't need that much. Maybe you want to do a BBC cream, a BB cream or a CC cream. Maybe you can skip the foundation altogether and just do like go in with the blush. Maybe that's what you want to start with and do the eyebrows. So what I like about makeup is you take the parts out that you need and don't need. If you have great skin, you don't need a lot of foundation. It's pretty much just buffing out the areas that may need some help and others not so much, you know? It's not about covering the face. I believe you should let the skin kind of breathe and showcase the skin that you do have, okay? And then I'm going in with my lip gloss. Where is my lip gloss? And again, this is just my look. I do have some mascara. I have some clear mascara. I'm gonna go in. Since you didn't use eyeshadow, you can make your eyes pop and look bigger with mascara. Use your mascara. I knew I was gonna forget something. I have a mascara. I'm a Maybelline girl. The yellow tube is what I like. It's my favorite. I don't know what's in that brush, but it does it for me. This is just a little something, something. Okay, now I'm going in with my clear, and I'm only doing this because I don't have my other mascara right in front of me for time's sake. I might go in with a splash more of blush. Okay, what else? I'm going back in, you guys, just a little bit. Pat McGrath is a good company, but sometimes you just want some more pop. I'll do another pop. Put it on top of the cheeks, the apples. Okay. And I'm going in for my gloss. And I'm going to show you guys, see how that's coming off. It's like a real nude, kind of like it has a little bit of mauve in it, red. But this is Clean Girl, so it's not a heavy lipstick. And if you want to add more color, which I am going to do that, I have to be careful with this because this NYX is called Melon. It's my favorite. You just add to your gloss. But it's pigment enough to be by itself. I don't want a lipstick look right now. So I'm just using a leftover just to give me some more, put some to it. See how that looks? Everything is glowy. And that's pretty much it. That's my minimalist, clean girl makeup look. There's no lashes, okay? We want to show our eyes. We want to show our skin. Mascara and gloss, brows. Those are, to me, the clean girl aesthetic, glowy, skin-like finished makeup. Light, not heavy looking. A gloss, a light gloss with a hint of color. Yeah. And I'm going to use my NYX matte. This is my favorite spray for summer. If you guys have a better one that you think, go ahead and put it in the comments. I will be checking it out. I'm going to spray. I'm going to spray, spray, spray. I have a fan, an electric fan, but I'm bootleg, so it does the job. You got to know how to do the job when you don't always have all your tools. I'm a drugstore makeup gal. If you can deliver in the drugstore brand, I love it. This was Maybelline Lumi in 355. This is my clean girl routine, makeup routine. I hope this helps. Bye.